Welcome to Easter at Discovery Church. How awesome is that? They slayed it. How many enjoyed that number? That was awesome, wasn't it? That was awesome. Brother Phil Collins is in the house. Send him to YouTube. Maybe he'll come up here to perform for us. Hey, listen. You're here, you're seeing all these different things on the stage, the ladder, the fence, the garbage can, the door. That all has to do with the message here today that we're going to talk about. That really, it's really all going to be about who Jesus Christ is here today. The message of Easter is the resurrection, and the resurrection is Jesus. So for the next several minutes, we're gonna unpack that, and we're going to talk about that here today. But let me set it up this way, because honestly, all of us in this room here today, even though we're a diverse church, we have different backgrounds, different economic backgrounds, different ethnic backgrounds, we're so different in so many ways, but one thing that we all have in common is we all deal with some sort of insecurity. We all deal with some sort of insecurity. If we're just being honest here, we all deal with some sort of insecurity. Let me give you an example of my insecurity here. And the reason why you deal with insecurity is because something is not clear in your life. And when something's not clear in your life, it brings insecurity into your life. For example, one time I finished a message on Sunday morning, and I got a text from one of our youth. And the text said this: Pastor Dan, the message this morning was on fleek. I didn't know what on fleek was. I said, was he a first-time visitor? Was he a guest? I said, was I on fleek? Did I crush fleek? I mean, I'm 6'3", 230 pounds. Is fleek lighter than me? Did I offend fleek? Is fleek ever coming back? I didn't mean to be on fleek. If I got on him, I'm sorry, I will get off fleek. Like, I was insecure because I wasn't clear about what on fleek meant. So what did I do? I text one of my nephews, and I said, listen, if you're on fleek, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? And they said, oh, come on, Uncle Danny, that's a good thing. On fleek means you're on point. Now, how many knew that here today? How many knew on fleek means on point? Raise your hand, raise your hand. How many did not know on fleek means on point? See, you were insecure. You were insecure. You didn't know what was going on, right? But once my nephew brought clarity to my insecurity, I was good. That's what I love about Easter. Because Easter, and I have this up on the screens everywhere, the message of Easter brings clarity to our insecurity. And here's what I know about you, and here's what I know about me. We all have insecurity. And specifically, there's many of us here today, if we're honest, we have spiritual insecurities about our relationship with God. Like, am I good enough for God? Have I done enough good works in life so that I can be right with God? Like, when I die one day, am I sure that I'm going to be spending eternity in heaven with God? Like, we're insecure about that because we're unclear. And whenever there's not clarity, it brings insecurity. And listen, that's why I love Easter. Because today, the message of Easter is going to bring clarity to that insecurity. If you're here today and you don't know who Jesus is, my goal with this message is so that you will know who Jesus is. And if you don't know whether you're right with God or not, my goal for this message here today is to let you know whether you're right with God or not. And if you're not right with God, how you can be right with God. All right? So this idea of clarity and insecurity comes into the Easter story. John chapter 20. I'm going to read through this real quick. Real quick. John chapter 20. This is the Easter story. It says this, because Jesus brought clarity to Mary Magdalene. She was unsure, which brought this uncertainty in her life. It says, early on the first day of the week, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb and saw the stone had been removed from the entrance. Now Mary stood outside the tomb crying. As she wept, she bent over and looked into the tomb. At this, she turned around and saw Jesus standing there. But she did not realize that it was Jesus. He asked her, woman, why are you crying? Who is it you're looking for? Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have put him, and I will get him. Jesus said to her, Mary. She turned towards him and cried out in Aramaic, Rabboni, which means teacher. And Mary Magdalene went on to the disciples with the news, I have seen the Lord. Here we have Jesus making it clear to Mary that he's alive, and he brought clarity to her insecurity. That's the message of Easter. That's the message of the resurrection. We see Jesus did this with his disciples in verse 19. On the evening of the first day of the week, when the disciples were together, with the doors locked for fear of the Jewish leaders. See, they still thought Jesus was dead. They weren't clear about their next spiritual step. It brought insecurity to their lives because they thought the guy that they were following, Jesus, was dead. So all this insecurity was welling up in them. It says the door locked for fear of the Jewish leaders. Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." And after he said this, he showed them his hands and he showed them his side. And the disciples were overjoyed when they saw the Lord. How awesome is that? That Jesus brought clarity to their insecurity. He was alive. That's the whole Easter story. And finally, in verse 30, it says this: Jesus performed many other signs in the presence of his disciples, which are not recorded in the book, but they are written that you may believe that Jesus, everybody say Jesus. If you ever want to know what the right answer in church was, just say Jesus. You're right 99.9% of the time. Just say Jesus. Say Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life. Everybody say life.